Today we're going to talk about foot pursuits. We've all been there. We're out with a suspect or a suspicious person and they're antsy. They may be looking around, starting to blade themselves, and yep, there they go. Or you make a traffic stop and the door's coming open before you even get your car stopped, and there they go. What do? We're off to the races. Most of the time, the only thing running through our minds is go. No clear thinking or good processing is going on. When I was a new officer, 3 of us were out with an individual who we thought had a warrant in a drug area. Our captain had also pulled up, and about that time the suspect takes off running. All 3 of us patrolmen take off. My radio mic comes loose, wraps around my leg. Another officer steps in a hole and falls. Finally, we catch up to the officer that tackles the suspect. About the same time, the captain pulls up in the car. I'm not going to tell you exactly what he said, but basically he said, "You think one of you idiots should have gotten in a car?" That is one of many stories we all could tell. That one actually worked out good. Nobody got hurt. Think of all the times it could have been bad or it was bad because we don't think things through. Let's look at the first 2 sections of the KLC model policy. Number 1, purpose: to provide for the safety of law enforcement personnel while at the same time facilitating the safe apprehension of suspects. Number 2, the policy itself. Whenever an officer decides to engage or continue a foot pursuit, a quick and continuous risk assessment should take place. The officer should evaluate the risk involved to themselves, the suspect, and the community versus the benefit of continuing the foot pursuit. That's the question. Are we doing this? Are we thinking about safety? Here are some things to take into consideration that will help keep us safe. When someone runs from a car, don't run blindly past the car. What if the runner is just a decoy to get you out of the tactical advantage? Someone else could be in the car.
Passenger, put your hands out the window.
Be aware of the dangers of running around corners of buildings. Multiple officers have been shot doing this. Always be thinking the suspect that is running could be armed. Think about what area you're in. If it's not a friendly area and you are alone, you could end up with more problems on your hands. Think about radio communication. I was looking for a burglary suspect one night and found him in an alley. He jumped a fence and off he went. I called foot pursuit from the car and jumped out. About 3 or 4 blocks later, when I caught the guy, I found out my portable radio was dead. You can only imagine the radio traffic from the other officers responding. I also didn't exactly know where I was after crossing several backyards. I always made sure I had a fresh battery after that. Think about other dangers: clotheslines, fences, potholes. These things are practically invisible in the dark. Also, does the risk outweigh the reward? Why are we chasing this person? Do we know who they are? Can we just pick them up later? If you hadn't in a while, take a moment and read your department policy. I tell these stories on myself because these things happen to all of us, and it's how we learn. I believe it is the job of us veteran officers to teach the new guys so they don't make the same mistakes that we do, and they can learn from them. Be sure and pour your knowledge into someone else. Thanks, and be safe out there.